Well, I'm cautiously optimistic that INEC will be able to pull off this.
I'm sorry I have to cut you again. You know, it's a live show. Don't worry, we have all the time, Mr. Agunye. The visual, the feeds you're getting now, this we understand from our reporter, as I can hear him say, these are live feeds also in Daura. The convoy you're getting to see is bringing in the one of the candidates of this particular election. This is General Muhammadu Buhari coming for his accreditation, and I'm quite sure that pretty much later, when the doors of any of those cars are opened, we'll get to see him move forward and do. The good thing here is that the credit, just let us talk about what we're getting to say. The security operatives, they've been speaking, and we're getting to see that truly they have given some form of protection to most of the candidates. Earlier on, when Chukuma was speaking with us from Otoke, we saw that the place was, you can see it's visible security. And now in Daura, we're getting to see the same feel. What would you say if you have to marry that with some of the things we've talked about before you joined us concerning security for the participants as well as those who will be conducting this election?
It can't be otherwise. The security agencies will be failing their duty if they do not protect the candidates in this election and offer general protection to Nigerians in the course of this electioneering process, particularly on a day like this. Because if anything untoward should happen to any of the candidates before the election, on that score alone, the Electoral Act and the Constitution decree that that election may not be able to go on any longer. Just on that score alone, really. And so, for that reason, and for reason of general security and safety in the country, in an election like this.
I think that's the, again, I have to cut you there, that's the presidential candidate for the All Progressives Congress, apologies, G.T. Ogunye, General Muhammadu Buhari, and the INEC official. That's the card reader he's holding. His card has been handed over. Let's see what the result will be like. He's put it just behind. He's dropped it. He's trying to read it. I know this process, GT, because it was displayed live in the studios. I had to have my own card. So now he's already gotten his biometrics being checked with a print on the PVC, the card reader. And what else are we getting now from this process? It's surely going to read and bring up his biometrics. Standing just beside him is his wife. And
he's the one who signed the peace accord with his counterpart from the other party, Jonathan. President Jonathan, of course. We will be seeing pictures, as Chukwuma Onekasi is already there, to see at what time the president will be coming out as well to go through this same process. Basically, we're going to be looking at this moment.
Well, his card has been handed over to him. Definitely he's going to stage number 2, meaning he's killed the first hurdle. So for Daura in Katsina State, for this very polling unit, we can say the card reader has passed the first test. So no hiccup with the card reader here at the moment. And the second person to go through this process is his wife, Aisha Buhari. And you know the beauty about this card reader?
It took him 50 seconds. It actually took him 50 seconds between giving...
You saw that, yes. Record time. It's almost as good as when Malpe has checked here in the studio. It took less than a minute, and we were wowed by it. And we're hoping that this is what we'll get to see across the country. And well, hand it over to her. This is even less than 50 seconds. She's done with the process. She's moving on to the next stage. And I'm quite sure this is a moment Nigerians really would cherish.
When we talk about having theirs done.
Surely.
Waiting for INEC officials at exactly 10 minutes to 8.
And we're linking up with our correspondent.
Set up their tables and the card readers.
Yes,
8 on the dot. Accreditation started from here. And as you can see behind me, so many people are waiting to get accredited. General Buhari, the presidential candidate of one of the parties, arrived to this polling unit. This is Kofa Baru polling unit at 8:39, and he came with some of his aides and others who are still waiting to be accredited. Daura town is a traditional town. It lies in Katsina State, northern Nigeria. The town lies in the savannah zone of the intersection of roads from Katsina town, Kano, Zango, and Zinder in Niger. It's an ancient settlement. The name, from historical information, shows that it means blacksmith in the Tuareg language. It was said to have been founded by a queen and was ruled by women in the 9th and 10th centuries. It's also said that Daura is the spiritual home of the Hausa people. On our way to this place, we left Katsina at about 6 a.m. We saw a lot of unmanned checkpoints on the way, no security men, but everything so far has been peaceful. The environment peaceful, people queuing up orderly. In some of the villages we passed through before getting to Daura, we saw eligible voters already waiting for INEC officials. It shows that there is a lot of enthusiasm about this election. People are ready to vote. And from this ward alone, where we're expecting 744 registered voters, before 8 a.m., many of the voters had joined the queue, waiting for INEC officials to start. Kofa Baru 003 has two different polling units. That's the registration area, Serikin Yara. We have Serikin Yara A and Serikin Yara B. General Muhammadu Buhari is going to cast his vote here at Serikin Yara A, which is the registration area. And this registration area, as I said earlier, has 744 voters.
For a moment, I didn't recognize you there, gabbed in your official, reflective jacket for this particular process. The anthropologist and historian in you, kicked off there on this particular day, giving us a bit of history on Daura, the town there in Katsina State. Back to you, GT. You were saying. You were on the protection of lives and property. We were talking about security of persons on this particular day, looking at what the security agencies would do.
And I said that it's good that the security agencies should be alive to their responsibilities to protect lives, and not only lives, but also property on a day like this. Now, something that has something has happened in this election, and we need to remark it. INEC, unlike in 2011, has told us, and we can see the result of what they've done. They've told us that they've decentralized the distribution of the sensitive and non-sensitive materials ahead of the election day to the local government areas